This may or may not come as a shock to you, but Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter says that he would quit playing football if he's not allowed to play both ways in the National Football League. Just days before the NFL draft, he's reiterating his desire to play not only wide receiver or not only cornerback, but both. And so apparently he's met with a number of teams, and none of them are too concerned about him playing both ways. They're cool with it. But he also said, it's not up to me, it's not my decision. But he says not playing both ways would be like not playing football again. And that he's so competitive that he wants to be on the field. In college, he played over 700 snaps on both sides of the ball. He won DB awards, he won wide receiver awards. And so what does that look like in the NFL? It's been a long time since you've seen a player. I believe Shannon Sharp referenced a player that played nose tackle, an offensive tackle or something like that, was one of the last two-way players. You know, Coach Prime played a little bit of receiver, little bit of return man, and some DB. You got guys like Taysom Hill who play both ways. I don't know if you could say Taysom Hill plays both ways, but he plays multiple offensive positions and he plays special teams. You've seen him blocking kicks, blocking punts. But here's the thing. I'm not going to say Travis can't do it, but imagine a game where, you know, you were playing, let's say it was the Eagles, right? On offense, they have Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown, depending on if you're the 1 or 2 corner. Then on defense, they have Quinyon Mitchell. I know they did lose Darius Slay, but they got some good DBs. So you look at any team that has like a top DB, like maybe the Dolphins. I know they're trying to trade Jalen Ramsey. But if you had to go up against Jalen Ramsey on offense and you had to go against Tyreek Hill or Jaden Waddle on defense, you would be putting a lot of wear and tear on your body. You would be very fatigued. I think Travis is going to end up playing packages. I do think he's going to have a main position, though. I think that depending on the team, he's going to have more snaps on one side of the ball. Personally, I think that he might be a better corner than wide receiver. Corners, I think wide receivers are like, I don't want to say they're a dime a dozen, but it's hard to find good corners. Cover corners, zone covers, zone corners that can cover, right? And to me, when you look at the top of the draft, teams like, it's assumed that Cam Moore is going to go to Tennessee, but like Cleveland, for example, they have something to be desired on both sides of their on the field. You know, they got Jerry Jeudy. They corners are okay, right? Nothing special. And so I could see Travis playing in short yardage, like red zone. Like, I think Travis should play all red zone, both sides. He should play on defense in the red zone, playing corner, and he should play on offense in the red zone, playing wide receiver, right? Because he have a nose for the end zone, and he could help you tremendously on defense. But playing the whole game, multiple plays, I don't see that happening. He may feel like that at first, but I would just hate for him to go out there and get abused. You know what I'm saying? I saw a clip with Steve Smith saying it's better to be a craftsman than to be a jack of all trades, right? He was saying basically in the NFL, you get paid for being a craftsman, being a master at your craft. Jack of all trades don't get paid the top dollar. So basically he's saying, focus on doing one thing really great. Don't try to do everything and, hit a ceiling on each of those things. So to say Travis could play both sides of the ball all game, and I just don't see that happening. I'm not doubting his talent, but, he's not exactly the biggest, strongest athlete. You know what I'm saying? He's very quick. He's got a wiry frame. But it's some dogs in that league, bro. I can't see nobody that plays both ways sticking Jamar Chase the whole game. No, sir. You in for it all day when you go up against Jamar Chase. You in for it all day when you go up against Justin Jefferson. You in for it all day when you go up against AJ Brown. You don't want to be playing both sides. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your team to need a touchdown out of you and you busting your butt trying to cover Jamar Chase and he running drag routes and deep crossers and nah, man. And, you think of some of the best DBs in the league. Pat Surtain, right? Think of the Broncos. Maybe you go up against Sutton. You going up against Mims and some of them, I'm not saying he can't get with those guys, but then you got to go up against Pat Surtain, and he clamping dudes, right? Pat Surtain clamping dudes. And there's some other corners out there that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. They clamp you. And they got wide receivers that'll abuse you. So I am looking forward to Travis Hunter career in the NFL. I just hope that, he don't get too ahead of himself. Playing both ways in college is different than playing both ways in the NFL. The guys that you was outrunning in college, you're not outrunning dudes like that in the NFL. The linebackers is as fast as you. I don't know if Travis even ran the 40, but them guys, they got some fast linemen. They got fast linebackers, everything in that league. So best of luck to Travis Hunter. I think he's going to get drafted high. I think he's going to be a top 5 pick. But just pump your brakes a little bit, brother. Don't be telling these people you're going to quit playing football if they don't find a way to play you on both sides. They probably going to have packages for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might put Travis in on third down, like when I really need him. You know what I mean? When I really need to stop, or I'm in the end zone, backed up in my end zone, and I really need to stop. You could always put him in on offense, right? You need a spark. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. He did it in college, but it was also in a certain conference in college. It wasn't the SEC or nothing like that. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. CHAMPSIDE. Peace.